I hear you.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Monday night and dinner with the Davises in the Davises kitchen.
Yep.
Still Nikki, still chilly.
I'm still chilly.
Yep. It's been a week.
It's been a hell of a week.
We say that like Monday night's just the, I don't know.
It's a good way to start it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to start the week.
It's a fun way for us to start the week.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
you get to see what we're eating. We get to drink while we're eating. So
cooking.
I don't know what else to do. I mean, that sounds good to me. We're gonna eat no matter what, whether with or without you folks. We're eating.
Well, that is no lie.
The only difference between this night and every other night is we make a cocktail.
Well, no, there's another kind of huge difference because we have this, Facebook audience.
We have you, but
so it's like entertaining every Monday night.
Hey, what's up, Hurley? Something you can make. Hot dogs.
Yes, something you can make. Oh, Hurley.
Yeah.
So let us know where you're watching from, what you're having for dinner.
Yeah.
And or drinking for dinner if that is the case.
Yeah.
So
Natty Lights around.
You're aging us a wee bit there with that comment.
That's right.
So far we've I'm gonna have trouble like remembering the states when we get past about 8 or 10.
Well, what state are we on?
Well, we're on New Jersey.
Which is state number
3.
There you go.
But see, when I don't know about all of you, but when I learned the states, I learned them in coastal order and not date order. Yeah. So, and I can still remember them until I get to the Midwest, and I can't remember which direction they go. But but I can, kind of just rip the list off pretty quick there.
We got the date. We're going by date.
And we're going by date, which is more difficult for me to remember.
The legit order.
Yes.
The legit order.
So number 3 on the list, and not by much,
New Jersey, the Garden State.
And I'll tell you, researching the food, I promised I wouldn't do like the whole food history, colonial foodways kind of situation for every one of our 13 original.
No. Some states are just fun. You gotta have a fun night.
And New Jersey turned out to be one of those states, and like one of my favorite foods, which is odd coming from a foodie that see. You're a hamburger guy.
Yes.
And I like hot dogs.
She likes wieners.
I like sausage.
Yeah.
Damn it. But I'll eat a hot dog over a hamburger most days of the week. So
not me.
So yes, I like hot dogs. I like, weird food stuffed in casings. Says a lot about haggis, but that's a whole nother conversation.
It's horrible stuff.
So with all of that said, we're gonna talk hot dogs, but we'll wait.
Ossobuco? What's ossobuco? Do you know what ossobuco is?
I do, yes. And it's a little bit more Italian.
Well, okay.
But I've never made it. It's not one.
Okay.
It's not hard to make. It's just a little. I mean, it's like anything else that you braise and
okay.
Sounds good though. Now that you said it. So anyway, man, you got me on a tangent.
Well, it's a state. New Jersey is a state I've never been to. It's one of the.
It is one of the
15 or 16 that I haven't been
We've
to
not
yet.
Been to.
Yeah.
We might go given the infatuation with hot dogs. So, but before we get to the hot dog situation, what are we going to do? We're going to get to the drink situation.
Yeah, we're going to definitely get into the drink situation.
Okay, so you take over with the drink situation.
New Jersey is the Garden State. Yes.
Yes.
So we're having we're having Jack's Rose. So it entails a little bit of Applejack from the Laird Company,
which is from
Monmouth, New Jersey.
Yep.
So Laird's Applejack. New Jersey smells like cabbage. Well, it's probably the best comparison I've heard of for New Jersey. But it's still for the food related. So we've got a couple of ounces of Applejack per drink, per cocktail. Jack's Rose is what we're having. We might do a little bit more ice in there, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
More ice. There was a story that followed this drink. It's like 1920s era.
Well, I don't know. The story's over there.
But there's, I mean, like with most things, origin stories are worse than the X-Men.
Yeah.
There's many of them, but this one surrounded a bartender. Now I can't remember the story.
Yeah.
We're not.
So we've got 2 ounces because we're making 2 cocktails. We've got 2 ounces of
Grenadine.
Grenadine.
You could use cherry juice, though, if you didn't have grenadine.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same flavor, but
It's close.
it is
Cherry
close.
juice. So we got some grenadine and then grenadine sticks. So we've got some lime juice, freshly squeezed lime juice.
Right from the bottle.
Freshly squeezed.
If we ever actually freshly squeezed, they'd keel over.
Hey, it's freshly squeezed.
You know, convenience.
1
Some
ounce.
things are just convenient.
1 ounce lime juice.
I'm trying to stay out of your frame here.
I appreciate that, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. And 1 ounce freshly squeezed lemon juice.
Lemon, lime, Applejack,
And grenadine.
grenadine.
Yep.
Sounds like a
cocktail we'll enjoy.
I was going to say marriage made in heaven, but there are 4 players in that marriage.
There are. Throw the lid on. And we're just going to shake it up.
Shake your money maker?
That's right. So here we go, folks. The cocktail.
Ooh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's brighter than what I figured it would be.
And I think this has a little play on a famous movie with it being Jack's Rose.
No,
No?
it's
Well,
too,
we'll say it is.
we can say it is, but the
It is
drink's
tonight.
too old. Too old. It is 1920s. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Mm,
Oh, that's a keeper.
that's a good one.
It even smells good.
hmm
I mean, not that they don't most smell
No.
good, but it
Yeah.
hits you when you
Yeah.
before you taste
Well, last
it.
week's was a little harsh.
Yes, I will agree with that.
A little harsh. This one's
Balance better.
much better balance. Much better alcohol to mix.
It
Mix.
would be good with cherry too, though.
It
I
would.
think. And that
Well, round 2, we've got enough cherry
cherry juice to do.
Yeah, to make a round
We'll
2.
try one with cherry juice and see.
All right. So let's go on to the food,
Okay,
folks.
food it is. So, come to find out, New Jerseyans really love their hot dogs, and there are a few different variations of hot dogs that I uncovered, and my favorite is not the one we're fixing tonight.
It's not.
Well, because my favorite in title, we eat them a lot. We just don't call them this. Is the Texas Wiener,
Oh my.
and the Texas Wiener is basically a chili dog, but it's the chili is more of a Greek influence, Mediterranean influence,
Huh.
and so it's a little bit more like Cincinnati chili. So lots of cinnamon and warm spices in their chili because that's how their tomato sauce is. So, but basically, Texas Wiener, I mean, really is adorable.
Yeah.
But it's
Man.
essentially a chili dog, and we eat those all the time here, just with Midwest chili and not Cincinnati chili.
Yeah.
So there's also another hot dog called the Ripper, which has more to do with how it's how the wiener is manipulated in the cooking process than anything. And we don't have the wherewithal to manipulate that wiener that way.
Not on
so
children-friendly television.
No, so I kind of opted for the third very popular, which is an Italian hot dog.
Yeah.
And so Italian style has fried potatoes,
Love that.
right?
Mhm.
Green peppers,
Love those.
like strips,
Yeah.
or chunks, I guess, but strips is what I have found.
Yeah.
And onions,
Like those too.
all fried together.
That sounds normal for us.
Right. And that's a very common combination in Italian food.
Mhm.
And we think of Italian as like lots of pasta and tomato sauce.
Nope.
There's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Piled high on a hot dog. But what's
There's-
cool about
Ossobuco. That's Italian food too.
it is.
Yeah.
What's cool about these is they're served in pizza bread,
Mhm.
which we can't find in the Midwest. There's like no way.
No.
And pizza bread is like if you look at it, it's like a pita pocket. It's kind of what it looks like, but a great big pizza dough bread bowl kind of thing that they just use as the bun. So it's pretty unique. So we're not going to be exact tonight by any
Do we
stretch
do
of
we
the
need to heat
imagination.
this thing up?
It
Hey.
yes, Would you just wait? I know you're hungry, but just wait.
Okay.
You're like a toddler sometimes.
I am very much so.
So we
Trying to
can't
be helpful.
we can't be exact because I'm not going to deep fat fry hot dogs, which
Nope.
is how these are done. Not for 6 hot dogs.
We can deep air fry.
We're gonna deep air fry hot dogs.
That's right.
Air crisp hot dogs. So they get, you can heat that up if you want to. Just turn it on the grill for
trying to do.
So we're going to use what Santa Claus brought me for Christmas, my new Ninja indoor grill, to do it. So if you have one of these or something similar, you can totally do this in an indoor grill hot
temperature.
Do 450. So go. There you go.
All right, launch sequence initiated.
So my husband's teasing me because all of my new countertop appliances are Ninjas.
Yeah.
And the first Ninja I bought so many years ago made me think of a spaceship taking off.
Yeah,
because they're a little loud.
They need to insulate their machines a little better.
Something. I mean, you get used to the noise, but man, that first blender that came out many years ago really was kind of spaceship-like.
Yeah.
But that sucker worked too. So yeah, we kind of have this running joke about the spaceship taking off. So I have, if you want to ship them, you've shipped them already.
Oh yeah.
I'm using Nathan's, and I flubbed and got skinless because I wasn't paying attention and just kind of grabbed. 100% beef, however, what you really want are a good quality beef hot dog. Mm-hmm. If you can find natural casings, that's better because they'll snap.
Yeah. Kosher too. You want some kosher dogs?
It's yeah, but I mean, for you and me, kosher doesn't make a hill beans bit of difference. But
it just tastes better.
Typically, we buy them locally. I usually get our Wieners, our Franks at Winneman's Meat Market in St. Laborie, Illinois, because they're like to die for, and they're natural and they snap. And oh my gosh,
they're really good.
I don't have any, and we didn't take time to go, so we were a
little under the weather.
We were a little stuck at home, if you know what I mean. Yep. So these won't take long. I'm just going to do 6, which we'll leave 2 for lunch later this week for you.
Awesome.
But we'll get those going as soon as we can. Now, because we're kind of using what we have, which is what happens with recipes, I'm using Sara Lee artisan sausage rolls. And I'll pull one of these out.
Another insert to the sausage joke.
Yeah, well, I didn't want just regular hot dog buns.
No.
Number one, I don't really like regular hot dog buns.
Well, these are
these
sandwiches.
Are significantly larger than hot dog buns.
Oh man, those look delicious. Okay.
And they open up a little bit wider because they're a little bit bigger. But because we're piling so much stuff in here, we needed something quite a bit more substantial. But we're going to heat these in the air fryer too when it comes time for that.
We needed something with some volume.
Yeah. Now, the other option would be like an Italian hoagie roll you could use. Heat it up first, but I couldn't even find those. So no, we'll need that again.
Okay.
So pause for commercial break.
Yep. Cocktail break.
And Chili Davis is going to do a couple tablespoons of olive oil in that pan and turn it on for me.
Okay.
The other piece to this is green pepper and onion. And if you've ever been to a fair,
is that about
festival,
2 tablespoons?
Yeah, that's plenty. You want a good amount of olive oil because we're trying to mimic the frying part. And usually when we do potatoes, it's bacon grease. Yeah, bacon grease or butter, but we want something a little bit. I don't want to say more substantial, but easier to fry in. Oh, sugar, honey bear. You don't need to be licking the bottle of Di Serono that I set down on the floor to get it off the counter. Oh my.
Round 2's coming up. This is good stuff.
It is good. Okay. Green pepper. I've shown you this before, but this is a big green pepper. Instead of cutting it in half and trying to scoop out the seeds and whatnot, simple trick. Set it down on its butt end carefully. Cut down
Kelly wants to know what a good beer to drink with the hot dog would be.
Any?
Yeah, any. You want full flavor. I mean, if you're eating a hot dog, you might as well have a full flavor beer. You might want something like an amber beer would be good.
I would say amber,
Mm-hmm.
a dunkel, but
Yeah.
but I'm kind of leaning towards the German roots
You
there a
are
little
doing
bit.
more
Yeah.
German stuff.
But then, hot dogs at the ballpark, you're going to get like Bud Light.
Yeah,
You're
but
going to get
we're not doing that though.
No.
That's just because that Bud Light's going to cost you $8-9 at a ballpark.
This is true. So I'm cutting down the sides here. I do this with apples too, by the way. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I missed a little bit there, but we'll survive tonight. And we're going to cut these in pretty thin slices because we want them to curl up just a bit. And I'm going to cut this white part out. I don't know if you can see that. It would help if I turned the light on. You can kind of see that.
Yeah, they can see.
Cutting that white out a little bit. So pretty thin slices. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure I didn't have a sticker on that. Okay. And I actually have some of these cut up already, so I'll end up using probably 2 peppers. I'm only making enough of the vegetables for 4 dogs because Phoebe won't eat all of this on hers. She is a ketchup girl. And mustard is what is
called for
on these particular dogs.
You should only put mustard on a hot dog.
I'm weird. I put ketchup on my hot dogs unless I have something other than yellow mustard. Like, French's yellow mustard. I don't like French's yellow mustard, but I love really good quality other mustards, so that's what we're going to use. It's making funny noises.
Yep, I agree. No ketchup. Can't do ketchup on hot dogs.
Ketchup's how we get kids to eat some things, so it has a tendency to. Okay, so there's that.
Want to finish your Jack's Rose? Oh, this is a little different color with the
darker.
No, a little
lighter.
more pinker, yeah, with the cherry juice instead of the grenadine.
I'll finish it momentarily.
Okay.
All right, so these are going to go in the pot pan to fry.
Oh, I like that.
When
that cherry juice adds a little bit more tartness to it.
That's probably enough for 4 dogs, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So just put those up, and I'll save those for another time. Here, I'm going to...
That's probably more than enough for 4 dogs.
Well, because it occurred to me that you're not a big...
I like green pepper, but I don't like it to be the most substantial item there.
I'll pile them on mine. Okay.
Okay.
Onion. We're going to go ahead and use the whole thing. So I'm going to cut off the root end.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. Not the root end. Lord, sorry. Keep the root in because you need it. We're going to fight with very papery peel on this one. You're going to stir so they don't burn.
Thank you.
See how papery that is? Just fight with it until it comes off. And we'll have a quick review on how to easily cut an onion into slices as soon as I get this off. Because it is being a stinker.
Oh, this smells good.
There is no better smell than peppers and onions frying.
Yeah.
Okay, root end is still attached. We're going to cut slices in. You can kind of follow the natural line of the onion if you want to. And you want these somewhat thin. They'll cook faster. So we've got all of those cut the root end off, and you've got these nice little onion slices. So those are going in. And I'm going to use the whole onion because any vegetables that don't get used get eaten for breakfast next day.
That's right.
With scrambled eggs. And I do peppers first when I'm frying because it takes them a little longer to cook than thinly sliced onions. We're not looking for caramelization here. We're looking for fried.
Oh, man.
We are... You want to move the camera so they can see you and not my blank cutting board here that I'm struggling with an onion peel.
Yeah, give me just a second.
And these are sweet onions, by the way. I'm not a huge yellow onion fan unless I need it for something specific.
There's some onions and peppers getting stirred. In some olive oil.
I'm not going to season these. We might put some salt when we get the potatoes in there, but these don't need... I mean, they're kind of their own seasoning anyway, but... Okay. Here come the next ones. There you go.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. So, I'm going to put the hot dogs in the little grill. These are thin hot dogs.
And Nathan's are that way.
That's okay. And we're going to set them at 4 minutes.
Uh-oh.
And kind of see how they do. Unless you think you're going to want more than... Okay,
No,
I'm going to just set these. I'm going to set these over here to put up later. And I'm going to wash my hands.
Can I get you to cut the nib off of that one? Well, I had another piece that had it too, but oh well.
It's okay.
It disappeared.
All right. Hi, baby girl. I see you.
Yep. I've got it on medium low.
That's perfect. Just let them go.
Yep. Let them stir for a little bit.
So we want these to be cooked down. And we're kind of mimic the frying process. So if they get a little char on them,
it'll be all right.
Yeah. Even layer.
Yeah.
All right, hot dogs are in. This is going to come together pretty quick here.
Yeah. What about our taters?
Okay. Taters, I have partially cooked in the microwave. I do that anytime I'm going to need potatoes through the week. I do that at the beginning of the week, so I have them for the whole week. Anytime I'm going to do fried potatoes, like for breakfast, I do this the day before, so it's easier. They'll fry faster. So these little guys went in the microwave 3 minutes on one side, flip, 3 minutes on the other. And if you remember way back when we talked about potatoes, always pierce each side of your potato. And you can kind of see the pierce right here. Because they can blow up. I've had them blow up in the microwave before, and it is not a pretty situation.
It's not fun to clean.
It is not.
No. I know this.
Barkeep, can I have another, please?
Let me top you off.
Woo, be careful.
With Jack's Rose.
I don't know. I like that one too.
I like them both.
Little cherry.
Yeah. That one's got a little bit more tart to it because of the cherry instead of the grenadine sweetness.
So I'm going to cut these in half moon shape. So cut through the middle.
So if you guys like tart in your drink, in your cocktail, use cherry juice.
Use cherry and not the grenadine.
If you like sweetness,
grenadine's
a little sweeter.
Half moon shapes to kind of go with the shape of the potatoes.
All right, dog, you can have that onion.
No, she won't. She doesn't. They can't eat onions, Chili.
Hey.
Get the onion. Not that it matters because she was licking the damn.
It's already gone.
The Serrano bottle.
It's gone.
I can't believe that dog. Real life, folks. By the way, if you can see, can they see that the dimples in the knife?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so along here you'll see that I have Heather, a knife that's got little dimples ground into the blade on both sides. Anytime you're cutting cheese, potatoes, certainly cooked potatoes, things that typically stick to your knife and you kind of have to push them off, if you've got a knife that's got the dimples, that slides off kind of automatically.
Yeah, Kelly, to answer your question, yes, the potatoes are going on the hot dog.
Yes.
So it's potatoes, onions, green pepper, mustard. This is a New Jersey hot dog staple.
They slide off a lot easier. So, other questions while I'm kind of chopping? I'll let you read them.
No.
So, the Italian hot dog.
Uh-oh. Our dogs are finished.
Well, they might be finished. I'm going to check them.
Yeah. Let me throw those taters in.
Not quite. They are finished.
Oh, man, they smell good.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
No, because these are cooked. We really want the onions and peppers to be nearly cooked before we put potatoes in that are almost cooked.
Okay.
And yes, so potatoes, onions, green peppers, topped with mustard. We're going to throw some salt and pepper in when we get the potatoes in.
There's enough green peppers and onions in here for like 6 dogs.
Well, that's fine. Again, breakfast tomorrow or lunch tomorrow. But it's okay to overdo things like toppings. Stick them in the fridge and use them for something else.
Yeah.
And things like this make a great hash if you've got some leftover meat.
Yeah.
Scramble them with eggs.
Yep.
Would be excellent.
So you got like 3 meals in one.
Fry eggs and put it on top and pop the yolk, and you've got like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Besides a mess.
Yeah.
That potato got really done. Cut the end off. There was a little brown spot
How
there.
do we feel about Chicago style?
I'm mostly okay with Chicago style. It's almost too much.
It is. It's too much. But you know what? It's okay.
But that's a great example of how every region has their own hot dog style, right? So
Heather asked if this is a staple like Taylor ham.
yes.
She says she was a nanny for a woman from New Jersey and she raved about it. That and dogs with oil with all the way sauce, onions, and mustard.
So Taylor ham, they fry it for sandwiches, sort of like I would fry bologna for sandwiches.
Oh.
But again, nothing that we can get our hands on.
Yeah.
So some of what we do for you with this travel in the state stuff is going to be very what we can get our hands on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pop these in.
Hello, Sandy. How are you?
Hey, Sandy. But again, this is very much... I'm going to wait a minute. Those are not quite as done as I want them to. A little warm.
A little warm.
So again, this vegetable combination is not uncommon in Italian food.
Right.
Hence, piling it on a hot dog kind of makes it its own hot dog.
Yeah.
Variation. Have some ketchup ready for when the potatoes fall off the hot dog. But the Italian hot dog was invented, let's say, in 1932, and there was a poker game involved.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
By a man, a restaurateur named, his nickname was, what was his first name? Jimmy Buff, not Jimmy Buffett, but Jimmy Buff. 1932.
Depending on the poker game, he might have been in the buff.
Might have been. But very much a nickname. His last name is very Italian, and I am not going to do him the disservice of mispronouncing it.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, something that he made for his family and friends ended up in his restaurant, and is still served in his restaurant, Jimmy Buff.
Oh yeah,
but there's a handful of restaurants around Jersey that you can get these. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're good.
So we're going in with the potatoes.
Yep.
Now we have way more than we need, but again, don't worry about it because use them for other things. I'm going to add a little more olive oil. And while I wouldn't necessarily deep fat fry in olive oil, I will absolutely pan fry in olive oil. Because your pan's not going to get high enough for the oil to burn.
Yep.
even though olive oil, people say it's got an unhappy smoke point for frying. You can pan fry in it. It's a little warm in here. I'm going to let these potatoes sit and get a little crunch on them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I love about food. If we took the green peppers out of this, it would be a German dog. Because onions and peppers or onions and potatoes are
German.
prominent in German cuisine.
Yeah. Well, it's not, though. It's a Jersey dog.
Okay.
Because Jersey's the third state in the union, and that's what we're on right now.
There you go, by God.
That's right.
All right, I'm going to take these dogs out of the air fryer so we can show them off. And by the way, I love gadgets. It's kind of an addiction. So sorry.
Oh man, those look good.
Yeah. So if you'll,
I'm gonna
scoot them over here. So 4 minutes in I actually used a grill setting on that contraption. Preheated to 450.
Yep.
4 minutes, and you've got beautiful hot dogs.
Yeah, you do. So Heather says she always uses either olive oil or avocado oil to pan fry.
Yeah, and I've got avocado oil in the pantry. It's just, not handy at the moment.
Yeah, it's in the pantry.
All
right, I'm going to we need more of this.
Chili is going to drink more.
That's right. Kill the COVIDs with alcohol.
Well, let me tell you, if whiskey killed COVID, I should have killed it by now.
I know. Where's the scoop?
Yes, we've been dealing with COVID in the house.
Scoops for the ice.
It might be in the ice. Okay. Sorry, losing things. I am cheating a bit, and I'm using a German mustard. Yeah, sorry, guys. Oh, you guys can't see that. He moved the camera on me. Because I'm not, like, the yellow mustard, I'm not a fan. So I'm using something that's got a little bit more than the vinegar pop that comes in yellow mustard. The yellow mustard is also fine. Okay, while those are finishing the browning process, and chili makes another drink.
Another round.
I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So for Jack's Rose, for those of you that missed the first part of the episode, for 2 cocktails, we're using 4 ounces of Laird's Applejack. Laird's Applejack of Monmouth, New Jersey. In this Ode to the Garden State. For 2 cocktails, we're using 2 ounces of Rose's Grenadine. Any grenadine will do. And our second cocktail, instead of using grenadine, we use cherry syrup just to see what it tastes like.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
And I think maybe the grenadine's better.
Yeah, I think so.
That's not going to work. Yeah, it might work.
1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice.
Keep talking. Sorry, I'm
Squeeze. And one ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice.
I'm putting buns in for like a minute.
Okay.
Just to warm them up.
Okay.
I don't want to burn them.
Nope. No burning the buns here. How are we looking over there?
We're looking good.
Okay.
Like I said, this comes together fast because you don't need a side dish. It's on your
Nope. It's on your hot dog. Throw in your shaker.
Shaky.
Shaky.
I'm going to get a couple plates.
Man, I do like the color of the grenadine much more than I like the cherry juice. Right. That is like an electric red right there.
I'm going to get a pretty blue plate for you.
So that's Jack's Rose. Again,
yeah, I like the color of the grenadine better.
I do. The color on the grenadine looks so much brighter. For a little display, a little difference here. Come on. So that's the cherry juice on the right over here.
Kind of a pinkish brown.
Yeah. And this electric red is the grenadine.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is.
Okay. I put the buns in just long enough to heat them up.
Oh, that is good though. Man.
Hot toasty buns. This comes together fast, especially when you've par-cooked your taters.
We've had about half that bottle of Applejack tonight.
I like Applejack. It's like one of my favorite.
The drink is yummy. I will say that for sure. And we're going to sample a little bit of this hot dog.
All right.
I think you just got to break them open.
Well, we're just going to. Whoopsie. Un momento.
Oh, I'm going to put you over.
All right. I'm just going to pile, and I'll fix specific ones for you later.
A little forward on the camera.
Oh, here.
Oh, that's delicious looking.
And the way when I was reading reviews, I try to do some research because what I'm wanting to do for all of you is introduce you to things that we don't have here in the Midwest, because most of our viewers are
In the
Illinois,
Midwest.
tri-state, Heartland
Show it.
area.
Oh, it looks delicious.
Well, I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
So I read reviews. I look at things on restaurant sites.
Mhm.
Certainly for food that's not as as traditional home cooked food kind of thing.
Yes, Applejack is an apple whiskey. It's an apple bourbon brandy. Apple brandy.
So any apple brandy would work.
Yeah.
But we like Laird's to begin with. It just is nice that it's from New Jersey.
Yeah, it just so happens to be from New Jersey. So when we're doing New Jersey this week, we're like, hey.
And this particular mustard does have a little bit of a heat to it as opposed to the vinegar French's.
I love that. That's so good sounding.
Almost out.
Well, you just don't run out when you're doing mine.
I'm not.
That looks like mine right there.
It is, but okay. Ta-da! There you go.
All right. So
drink.
Well, here, use a better looking cocktail.
Use not the gray pink.
Yeah, use the pink, the hot electric red.
Because you know what I do later when I need the photo? I pull it off of the video.
There you go. Well, then here, let me put you straight to this. Take us out. There you go.
Oh, taking us out. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to scoot it over because I've got this weirdness right here from the light.
There you go.
Ta-da! There it is.
That's dinner, folks. How does that look?
Looks good to me. You want a bite?
Heck yes, I want a drink. I want a bite. I want a drink and a bite.
Have another drink, Chili.
That's not yours.
Oh, shit. No, I'm sorry.
She almost got me sick again, folks.
I'm so sorry. You got me sick.
I did.
The high school got us all sick.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, shit.
Yeah.
All right, you take the bite because I'll fix mine when we eat dinner. So, half an hour tops for this with par-cooked potatoes. We like New Jersey. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this dog. I wish you guys could see her. This shipped him back over to this camera. I'll move the camera. Look at that dog. Hi, baby girl. Yes. Are you waiting on your hot dog?
She thinks she's getting some.
Well, she might get a bit.
Yeah, all right, I'm off of her.
Okay.
Oh, that is really freaking good.
Well, I like hot dogs too. So, okay, dude. Okay, so I'm straddling a dog here. I'm sorry. So a Jack Rose with Applejack, grenadine, lemon and lime juice.
Yep.
We prefer the grenadine over the cherry juice, but it was a good experiment. Grenadines is not bad. Grenadines sweeter, and I like the color better. So there's that. The kitchen is warm.
Very much so.
New Jersey, Italian, and I'll say Italian style hot dogs because we didn't really have all of the things that we needed. But typically, deep fat fried hot dog. We deep fat grilled it.
We deep air grilled it.
Air grilled it. And they came out beautiful though.
Yeah, they did.
And what I love most about air frying hot dogs is you can really get them crisp like you would on an outdoor grill. In kind of an artisan sausage bakery bun. But if you can find a nice Italian style bun or sandwich roll,
if you're in a large city that,
but we're in a rural community, so topped with onions, peppers, and
taters,
fried potatoes, all fried together, topped. And I used a hot mustard, but yellow mustard would be fine too.
The hot mustard is delicious.
I like every mustard except yellow.
Yeah.
It's too much vinegar for me. I want flavor and not vinegar.
I like yellow mustard.
You're weird. I like ketchup.
Yeah, I don't like
Makes
ketchup.
me weird.
Yeah.
So that's sorry, I didn't mean to poke you with my fingernail.
You're fine.
That's dinner, folks.
That's what we're having for eating.
And this was a fun one to kind of research because it was a little bit unique and kind of like, oh, hot dogs, when I realized what the thing was. Scrapple showed up too. I hate to break it to you, and a few other cool foods, but this one kind of spoke to me.
Do you know where we're at next week?
No, we had this conversation. I don't know the states in date order. I know the states in coastal order.
Can anybody guess? I know where we're going next week.
They'll look it up on Google.
Nikki will really enjoy where we're going next week.
Oh, good.
We've actually been to this state.
Massachusetts?
Nope.
Maine?
A lot further south.
Oh, south. Carolinas.
A little further south.
Florida. Georgia.
There you go.
Oh, Savannah.
Yes.
Baby.
Yes. So we're going to Georgia next week. And
really? Georgia was the 4th.
Yes.
Okay, don't make fun of me because I don't know my damn states.
The order. She don't know the order.
No, I know the states. I just don't know what order they entered the union.
Yeah. Georgia's next.
Because a shitload of them entered in the same year. So it was a matter of who signed next, quite honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite, but who ratified next. Man, Georgia, I don't even have to research that sucker.
I know.
When we get to the southern part of those coastal states, I'm good.
We're going to be on a swing here.
When we get to the Carolinas, I've got some stories.
So we've got Georgia, and then we go back up north.
Well, that's okay. Georgia's good.
Georgia's next, folks. So tune in next week.
Man.
She might even break out her Southern Belle costume. No?
No, that is politically incorrect these days.
Oh, okay.
I do, however, I have spent many an event in a hoop skirt.
Yeah.
I still have my hoop skirt.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you.
What might show up is my tendency to have a Southern accent when I'm in the South.
All right.
It's warm.
It is
either
warm
that or we're just warm.
But
I'm feverish.
You're feverish. Oh.
Blanche Devereaux just came to mind.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, shit, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves as much as we try to enjoy ourselves.
Gosh. Have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Because we do. Go fix some damn good hot dogs, and we will see you in Georgia
next week.